right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Okay, Deputy Tyler, could you please state and spell your name for the record?
Raymond Tyler, RaymonMondGyr.
And how are you currently employed?
I work at the Galveston County Sheriff's Office.
And how long have you worked at the Galveston County Sheriff's Office?
9 years.
Have you kind of give us an idea of what your career history looks like? So when you first got your job, how old were you and what did you do up into becoming a jailer?
I was 25 when I started working there. Before I worked there, I worked at Texas City Police Department briefly. Before that, I worked at a grocery store. That's about it.
Okay. So how long have you been involved in law enforcement, beginning at that Texas City time?
There, I worked there for 3 years.
And 12 total?
12 total, yeah.
Okay. When you first started at the Galveston County Sheriff's Office, what did you do? What was your position?
I was corrections, so I worked in pods. Yeah, just dealt with inmates in the pods.
And what do you currently do?
I work in the front lobby, deal with visitation, help them with that, assist them with the mail. That's pretty much it.
And how do the various shifts at the SO work? How many shifts are there?
There's 4. A, B, C, and D shift.
And what are the time frames for A through D?
A through D, so you got 6A, 6P, and 6P, 6A, 12-hour shifts.
Okay. So can you just kind of clarify, because you said there were 4 different shifts, but there's only 2 time frames. How does that work?
We have separate shifts. We have like 2 night shifts and 2 day shifts.
Okay. And do you work day shift or night shift?
I'm currently on night shift.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming in during your time off.
Yes, sir.
As far as this case goes, you said you worked at the front desk. What are some of the duties you have working the front desk in the lobby?
You answer the phone, help them coordinate with that. You have visitation. You have to sort inmate mail. Sometimes you come across letters, like what I found today or that day. That's pretty much what it consists of for the most part.
And that's sort of what I want to get into. Can you kind of just describe the process of sorting through inmate mail?
So you have different things that inmates request. They might need shoes or something medically related. They might be trying to go to law library or send something off to the court. For the most part, you have outgoing mail as well. You sort that, go through it, see if there's anything in it that seems important, that might need to be addressed. Sometimes you have people that are in fear of their life, and they might put that on there. They might say they're suicidal. It's kind of a way for them to say it without bringing it out in the pod because they're scared or whatever it may be.
Okay. So taking a half step back here, the inmate mail that you sort through, do you sort through mail that's coming from inmates going out into the free world? Do you sort free world mail coming into the jail, or do you sort mail between inmates, or all 3?
I sort the mail that's going out from the inmates.
Okay. So if, in this case, did you receive a letter, or did you observe a letter while sorting through mail that was pertinent to this case?
Yes, sir.
And how was that addressed?
So when I found it, it was addressed anonymous. It was addressed to a supervisor. I read it, and it was mentioning that there was a possible drawing of a crime scene underneath an inmate's bunk. So I let my supervisor.
Let me pause you there for a second.
Yeah.
So I want to start with how it was addressed to anonymous or supervisor. Is that a standard way for inmates to sort of get your attention so that to read this letter that they're trying to tell you something?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
Deputy, I'm going to show you what's been marked as states 481. Without getting into the contents of it, do you recognize it?
Yes, sir.
And just generally, what is it?
It was an inmate request. Well, inmate request via form. It basically was just trying to inform us of something that was going on.
And is this inmate request from that anonymous letter you were referring to earlier?
Yes, sir.
Now, does this appear to have been tampered or altered with in any way?
No, sir.
Is it a true and accurate copy of the inmate request form that you observed the night you first reviewed it?
Yes,
Now, this time, state would move to admit states 481, then into a closed counsel.
No objection.
States 481 will be admitted.
And that motion.
Yes.
Okay, so, Deputy, I'm going to ask you some kind of just basic questions here. What date was this written on?
April 18th, 2025.
And how was it addressed to and from?
Sergeant from Anonymous, or Anonymous.
And can you read the letter here?
Yes. Just want to inform you that Tammy King, parentheses bunk 4, has a layout of the crime scene drawn out, and it even explains the naked body covered with towels on the floor. It is folded in a clear baggie. Also, she has a letter to her boyfriend where she wrote that she stands behind what he did and is kept in a tortilla bag. Both can be used as evidence.
Now, in response to this anonymous claim, did you take any steps to investigate it?
Yes, sir.
What steps did you take?
I informed my supervisor of my finding of the letter, and he had me relieved. I actually went down to the pod to investigate myself, and I recovered some evidence that I felt would be important for the case, and I submitted that document.
Okay. Now, you said you searched it. I just want to make sure we go step by step and cover everything here, okay?
Yeah.
You were relieved where? The front desk?
In front desk, yes, sir.
And you have previous experience working in the pods.
Yes, sir.
Correct. So did you go to search this bunk by yourself, or did you go with others?
I was by myself.
And whose bunk did you search?
Tammy King.
And what generally did you find in that bunk?
During the search, anything that I felt, I would say it was important, but for sure that crime scene, and it looked like it was a layout of a house. And then there was, on the layout of the map, it looked like there were certain places where it was described. She wrote like where certain things were at. And then there was also, I believe, a journal that I discovered, and it was talking about, her talking to the other guy involved in the case.
Okay, let me go ahead and pause you there.
Yes, sir.
Once you found all this evidence, what did you do with it?
From there, I went ahead and sealed it up, made sure that, first I put it in a bag, then I took it to booking and had it scanned to the detective that was over the case, and that was Detective Hudson. After that, I sealed it back up and put it in evidence bags and made sure to drop off an ID.
Okay. Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
Deputy, I'm going to show you what has been marked as states 482. Do you recognize?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
That's the crime scene map that I found in her bunk.
And does it appear to have been tampered or altered with in any way?
No, sir.
Is it a fair and accurate depiction of the map that you discovered when you searched it?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, this time, state would move to admit states 482.
No objection.
States 482 will be admitted.
Meadows.
Yes.
So, Deputy, I'm going to start sort of broad to show the whole layout here, and then we'll zoom into various parts and see if we can read some of the writing that's on here. Does that sound fair to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, we see, what does this say here at the upper top?
Carport.
And are you able to tell what kind of room this would be here?
Looks like a living room.
Now, over here at the carport, does that appear to, how do you read that right there?
We were here. Something said something before that.
Maybe where we were waiting?
Where we were, yes, sir.
And what room does this appear to be kind of on the other side of this living room?
Front room, some kind of bedroom.
And what rooms, since it says stove and things like that, what room would this appear to be?
Kitchen.
And now here where it says my bed, whose room does this appear to be?
I believe that'd be Tammy King.
And then next door we see, looks like the layout of another bed and a closet. What room does that appear to be?
Let's see. I don't know what reading some of it.
Does it appear to be another bedroom?
It does, yeah.
And then we see a back porch here.
Yes, sir.
Now, going to zoom in now, sort of on top of this utility room going to the back porch. What does this read up here, if you can tell?
Between barricade before we left.
So, maybe back door barricade?
Yeah, back door barricade. I'm sorry.
Back door barricaded before we left.
Yes, sir.
Now zooming down to what appears to be Miss King's bedroom. What does it say here?
Percy.
Maybe slept? S-L-E-P-T?
Yes, I see it now. Slept. Yes, sir.
Now I'm going to reorientate this for a second and to try to get this writing legible. What does this say right here?
Where it happened.
And what is this pointing to?
Looks like it appears with a head.
In a circle?
Yes, sir.
And now does this read, Percy covers her with towels so I didn't see her?
Yes, sir.
And if fell off bed, the towels would be messed up.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Deputy, after this search that you performed in the jail, did you have any other interaction in this case?
No, sir.
Pass it.
Mr. Agnew?
No questions.
Thank you, sir. You may step down. Call your next witness.
The State Hall Sergeant Larry Williamson.